Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ignorant Intellectual on Media. All right, in this video, I thought we'd continue with the films in my film library. We're on the directors now, and we did the A's the last video of this, so let's do the B's. All right, so I'll stop it here, and I'll join you at the shelving, and we'll go through my B's in the library by last name, starting with a B in my directors section of my library. Directors with the last name. Starting with the letter B. All right, be right back. All right, I am back, and we are at the shelves. All right, so let's do the B's, and the first B in my library is John Badham. All right, so John Badham. Well, that's Mario Bava. John Badham is Saturday Night Fever. All right, so we got Saturday Night Fever, the 30th anniversary collection. Still new. Hasn't been opened because I have the widescreen 25th anniversary edition of it. So this one is open. So I guess maybe I like this. I don't think I found the Blu-ray for it yet, though. Although this kind of looks like it's being sold as a Blu-ray, but it's not. It's a DVD. All right. After that is The Hard Way. So Michael J. Fox and James Woods. James Wood is a tough as nails cop, and Michael J. Fox is an actor who goes around with him. You know, that's a trope in Hollywood. There's been a few films that are that way. All right. We have Matthew Broderick in War Games. All right. And then we have this three movie, Laugh Fest. So you got Bird on a Wire, Death Becomes Her, and House Sitter, but it's Bird on a Wire is the one that I picked this up for because that is the one that is the John Badham film. And I really like this one because it has one of my favorite actresses, an underrated actress that never really got all the breaks. I mean, she wasn't the greatest actor, but I found her quite attractive, and I like to watch the stuff that she was in. She was in this film. This film, she was the veterinarian, the horse veterinarian, or the veterinarian on the farm that Mel Gibson goes to get a bullet out of his butt. All right, so her name is Joan Severance, by the way. All right, so the other two films, actually, I could probably put this in Death Becomes Her. I think is it a Robert Zemeckis film? I think it's a Zemeckis film, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And House Sitter is another director that I collect, which is Frank Oz. So I could put them in any three of them, right? So it's a really good triple pack if you find this. All three directors are really good. All right. After that is the Bingo Long Traveling All Stars and Motor Kings. Richard Pryor, James Earl Jones, Billy D. Williams. All right. And next up is Mario Bava. So I have this two volume set of a lot of his films. Um, so this one is the Mario Bava Collection Volume 1. I have the Volume 2. All right. The position I'm in makes it, if you don't watch out, you get the lighting from above. So, all right. So this one has Black Sunday, Black Sabbath, The Girl Who Knew Too Much, Knives of the Avenger, and Kill, Baby, Kill. All right. So that's Volume 1 of it. And here's Volume 2. And this one has Lisa and the Devil, House of Exorcism, Bay of Blood, Baron of Blood, or Baron Blood, Kidnapped, Roy Colt and Winchester Jack, $5 for an August Moon, and Four Times That Night. So eight films in this one. Then you have them all in the spine. All right. Not sure if I showed every. Let's go back to the volume one. Don't think I showed the back of it, did I? As you notice, it's a paper case. So it's in a plastic bag. I put it in a plastic bag. All right, so that's continuous. So now we got Black Sunday on an Arrow Blu-ray. And we have Blood and Black Lace. We have another Arrow, Eric the Conqueror. And another Arrow, $5 for an August Moon on Blu-ray this time. We have Whip and the Body. And we have the Blu-ray of Planet of the Vampires. Planet of the Vampires. And we have Kino Classics. The Mario Bava collection is part of the Mario Bava collection. Hercules in the Haunted World. In the Haunted World. And we have the other way wire. We have Hatchets for the Honeymoon. It's part of the Mario Bava collection. A film by Mario Bava has number 19 on it. I'm not sure what that 19 is. If it's all Mario Bava films on Blu-ray, or is it part of Redemption's Kino Lorber's numbering of something. And then we have Keltiki, the Immortal Monster, another Arrow Blu-ray. And we have Danger Diabolic, or Diabolic, Danger Diabolic. We have another Arrow Blu-ray, Kill Baby Kill, on Blu-ray this time. All right, and now we move on to Michael Bay. And Michael Bay, the only reason why you're in my collection is because of one film. All the other films, especially the Transformers films, I think you blew it on those ones, buddy. But anyways, all right. So speaking of them, here's the 5-movie collection on DVD of the Transformers films. And I found this one, which is the first 2 films on Blu-ray. One big package for some reason. I don't know why they did it that way, but once I find all of them on Blu-ray in one package, then that'll be good. I'm not. I could have picked those up individually on Blu-ray or on DVD. It's just not. I don't think they're the greatest, films. So I just want to get one package with them in it, and that way it saves on the shelf space. So yeah, the Bad Boys trilogy. Now, there's four of them, so this one kind of made it. Once I find the four one, I'll replace this one, right? All right. And then we got Pain and Gain, which is not a very good movie about two bodybuilders who decide to commit crime. They're both dumb. Right? And we got probably my second favorite film of his, which is Armageddon, and this actually had a Criterion release to it. I'm not sure why. I think it was one of those Criterions that they put out just to get some money to put out some better films, but it's not too bad of a film. This is one of Bay's better films, right? A lot of his films are just bad. The Transformer films, um, the way that he shot them, I know it's a lot of CGI, but it's all super close, right? So you don't see the actual transformation of the Transformers, and the fighting is like too close. The camera's like way too close, so all you're seeing are pieces of body parts flying around it in front of your screen. It's just, that doesn't seem, the camera should hand back and show the whole fight scene like you see two martial arts fights. You don't see like an arm and then a leg of a martial artist. You see the whole body fighting, right? So they should have did that with the Transformers, but for some reason you had the camera so close, right? So, all right. Then Pearl Harbor, another okay movie, but this is the movie that I like the most by Michael Bay, and that's The Island. I really enjoyed this film. And that's for Michael Bay. Next up is Bernardo Bertolucci. All right, so Bernardo Bertolucci, he has this box set. All right. Oh no, sorry, not Bernardo Bertolucci. It's Michael Bay, and then Ingmar Bergman. Now, many of the films that I have by Bergman are in the Criterion Collection, but I did find this box set of Bergman's films, the Ingmar Bergman collection on DVD, right? 5 masterpieces of special edition DVD. Right? So the 5 films are Persona, Hour of the Wolf, Shame, The Passion of Anna, The Serpent's Egg, and then a sixth DVD, which is like um, the Ingmar Bergman collection supplementary materials, as they call it. Right. Then we have The Phantom Carriage and the Image Makers. And now we move on to Bernardo Bertolucci with Little Buddha, Last Tango in Paris, The Last Emperor, The Sheltering Sky, and then we move on to Luc Besson with Lucy on Blu-ray. Atlantis, The Family. The Messenger. The Lady. Anna. Angela. The Fifth Element. La Femme Nikita. This is my all-time favorite Besson film, Luc Besson film. And my second all-time favorite one, Leon, the Professional. Next up is Kate Bigelow. All right, we've got The Hurt Locker. So few female directors of note. It's still mostly dominated by men. So, but, and the women that are doing the directing somehow are associated with, like, isn't she the wife of James Cameron, right? So then you got like Sofia Coppola, another director that I collect, and that's Francis Ford Coppola's daughter. So there's always some sort of association with a man in film for some reason for the female directors, right? Usually. What is the one that I have on top? All right, so we have K-19, The Widowmaker. We have Near Dark. And we have my favorite Bigelow film, the one that made me start collecting her in the first place, is Strange Days. It's an extremely good film, really like a mind-screwing film. Then you have Detroit. This is my second favorite film of hers. That's Point Break. And then you have Zero Dark 30. And next up after that is Bong Joon-ho. You have Mother. You have The Host. And last but not least, you have probably his most critically acclaimed film. That's Parasite. One of the few 4Ks I have in my collection. Next up after that is John Borman. John Borman. The one that made him collect him is this one, Deliverance. Very screwed up film. If you hear noise in the background, that's my dehumidifier. I always have it running in the basement. Keep the moisture away. All right. Then we have Exorcist 2, The Heretic. Not a very good film. But the first film, my argument for the greatest horror film of all time, which was the original Exorcist. All right. Then we have Excalibur. Next up we have Danny Boyle. All right. First film is Steve Jobs. And this one got mixed in with Danny Boyle. It's actually a John Borman film, and that is Zardoz. All right. So we'll kind of move that one over. All right. We have Trance. She is such a good actor. Such a good actor. I always Rosario Dawson. Rosario, I always forget her name, but it's one of my all-time favorite actors. All right, and we have, is this one still? Yeah, it is. All right, so 127 hours. And the one that made me collect him in the first place, Slumdog Millionaire. It's a great film if you haven't seen this film. And we have Millions. And we have Shallow Grave. And we have probably the film that put him on the map, which is Trainspotting. And then we have The Beach. And we have Life Less Ordinary. And we have Sunshine. And we have 28 Days Later. And although not directed by Danny Boyle, it's the second film in that franchise. This one is directed by Juan Charles, it's hard to read his name, for Sanaldio, 28 Weeks Later. But we get a franchise of films, I always put them together. We have a triple feature, so I have not seen these ones. So The Lodger, The Undying Monster, and Hangover Square. What I'm assuming is one of these films is a Danny Boyle film. So I put it in there. All right. And then now we have John Brom. Maybe it's John Brom. Yeah, that's why it's there. Probably all John Brom's films. Yeah, 3 films by John Brom, not Danny Boyle. All right. All right, we dropped one. All right, now we go on to, so that was John Brom. Now we go on to Mel Brooks. All right. Do a triple feature. Mel Brooks, Spaceballs, Young Frankenstein, and Robin Hood Men in Tights. Then we have Young Frankenstein. We have Spaceballs on Blu-ray. And we have one of his early hits, The Producers. It's an extremely good film if you have not watched it. Extremely funny. We have The 12 Chairs. And we have my personal favorite film of Mel Brooks, and that's Blazing Saddles. And then the first film that I ever watched from Mel Brooks, History of the World Part 1. The film pretty much bombed, so there was never a Part 2. And then you have Dracula, Dead and Loving It. And then we move on to Tim Burton. First up is Dumbo. This is part of those Disney films. They're going through their catalog of all the animated films that they didn't do live action films of them instead. Now the CGI is good enough to do it. Right. Yeah, Big Eyes. That is the dehumidifier. All right. Then we have Ed Wood. I think you have to put the disc back in. We'll do that after. We have Alice in Wonderland. We have Dark Shadows. We have the special edition of Nightmare Before Christmas. If you notice, it's this is the DVD, and here's the Blu-ray. All right. Then we have Coraline, ex-Blockbuster film. Then we have Beetlejuice. Then we have Sleepy Hollow. Then we have my second favorite film by Tim Burton, and that is Sweeney Todd. Then we move over to the next lower level of the shelf. I'll sit down on my chair. All right, what do we have next? We have my all-time favorite Tim Burton film, Edward Scissorhands. Although lately it's been a toss-up, but Edward Scissorhands, it's like this is a metal one. Between as my best favorite film of his, between that and this one. Wish I could find this on Blu-ray. This one is one of the funniest films I've ever watched, but most people pan this film. They don't like it. I don't know why they don't like it. Come on, it's just there's so many stars in this film. It's just everybody in Hollywood, it seemed like, was in this film. Jack Nicholson. Look at all the people that are in it. Pierce Brosnan, Danny DeVito, Jim Brown was in it. Sarah Jessica Parker, Glenn Close, Annette Bening. So many great actors are in this film. But the funniest part of it is the country music that explodes their brain. It's so hilarious. Anyway, so we keep going. We have Edward Scissorhands on Blu-ray. All right. Then we have The Corpse Bride. Then we have Big Fish. Then we have Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Then we have all the first Batmans. Then we have the first Batman on Blu-ray. Then we have Frankenweenie. Next we have James Cameron. So we will stop there. All right. And we will do the C's in the next video. All right. Thank you for watching. And if you liked the video, leave a thumbs up. Think about subscribing, and I will talk to you in my next video. You have a great day, and bye for now.